All right, if we could silence our cell phones, make sure you state your media affiliation prior to asking questions. We have microphones to be passed to you. Please use them also before you ask your question. We've got Arkansas in front of us, head coach Dave Van Horn, accompanied by players Hunter Wilson, Casey Martin, and Blaine Knight. We'll start it off with opening statements from the head coach, and then we'll immediately have player questions for the players. Coach?
Well, I thought it was a really well-played game. Both teams turned some double plays. We had to catch them, I guess, an 8-5 double play. Fletcher made a great throw that I felt like was a big play in the game. They turned some double plays on us. We left some guys out there and had a chance to build up, a couple more run lead, but give them credit. It's hard. I have a hard time bunting some of our guys because they're good hitters. Sometimes when they run off the field and you wish you would have bunted, but guy hits the ball hard, makes a diving play, turns a double play. You just kind of tip your hat to him. Both pitchers were outstanding, throwing a lot of strikes. Blaine, he's one of those guys that when he pitches, we usually play pretty good behind him. It's like our defense is on their toes. They compete for him, and he competes for us. And thought he did a good job, hot day, humid, and went out as usual and gives us a chance to win. And I'm just proud of him and our team for getting up early and coming out here and getting after it.
All right, questions for the players. We'll start in the back here.
Kendall Rogers, D1 Baseball. Blaine, that's 2 starts against Florida. You've had success. What's kind of been the key there? And also, just from a stuff standpoint, how do you feel out there?
I felt pretty good. Breaking ball was a little shaky. I kept burying it, and it was up, and I hit a guy with it, and I just tried to keep it around the zone. But everything else was really good. And then just against Florida, just trying to make mistakes over the plate. They're a team that if you make mistakes, they will punish you. I mean, they're number 1 for a reason. So make them hit my pitches, and my defense did the rest.
In the front.
Hey, Blaine, Tom Murphy, Democrat Gazette. The series of guys that you've beaten this year, these are guys who talked about first-round projections. What does that make you feel like that you've got that list of guys that you've beaten this year?
I look at it as wins, and it's just wins for the team. I don't really care who it is. It could be whatever their name is. I don't care. I'm just trying to get wins for the team, and I'm happy with the wins.
Coach Van Horn, start with you, and then Hunter after that.
I'm sorry. We got to do questions for the players first, so you can get.
Okay. Well, Hunter, we'll start with you. Your coach called on you to pinch run. Is this something you dream about, getting that opportunity with the bases loaded? Just take us through that at bat, please.
Absolutely. I mean, Coach Van Horn, like when I was on deck, he just told me, be ready to, slap something the other way, because that's usually what I do. And, breaking ball down, and got the bat head out, and let the wind do the rest, I guess. And it was, it was fun. It was a good time.
Kind of how you drew it up?
Yeah, absolutely. No, but it was everything you dream about, that's for sure.
This is Tom Murphy again for Casey. Can you talk about Coer's stuff today and what you got to put out of the park and what you thought of Blaine, too?
Yeah, no, he was definitely really good. He could locate, had a pretty firm fastball. Changeup was really good, but one I hit out was a fastball in, just kind of sitting it. But, other than that, I thought Blaine threw a really good game, honestly. He's thrown good all year, but it kind of like Coach said, it does seem like every time he pitches, our defense really plays behind him. We have a lot of trust in him, but, just glad we can go out and do what we do with him.
This question is for Casey. What do you think about the balance in the lineup today? It seemed like you got a lot out of the 8-9 guys, and just collectively, I think 7 out of the 9 starters had hits in this game, something like that.
Yeah, it was pretty awesome, honestly. I think today has really showed, what kind of team we really are. We hit the ball, played defense. Pitching was there. Just everything we've talked about all year, and I'm just glad we can go out and do it again.
Eric Sullivan with the Buzz again. All three, if you will. You just knocked off the number 1 team, but work to do. Blaine, start with you. You want to keep this going for sure, I know.
Oh, yeah. We're on a roll right now, so might as well keep it up. We keep playing like how we're supposed to play, like we did today, like how we did. We just scratched one out against South Carolina, but we still played, I thought, decently well. We just keep playing. We're going to be fine.
Honestly, pitching was really good today. Pitching has been there all year. Defense was really good too, and I thought our hitters did a really good job. I think if we continue to do that, then we'll definitely keep on a roll. But defense-wise, defense does a lot.
I think it's good. We've had a struggle on the road, and then coming here and being able to, knock off Florida after, what had happened down in Gainesville. And I think this team is, can be special for sure. And I think if we just, keep our heads up, keep straight, and keep a lot of energy in the dugout, and keep things rolling like we have been, we'll be sitting pretty.
For Blaine, I wanted to ask you about two plays. Fletcher's dive and double play, they were pretty aggressive, and so you got the out at home too. Can you speak to those two plays and their importance?
Oh, yeah, I've said it over and over again. Fletcher's #1 center fielder in the country. He makes plays like that all the time for me, so it's always, if it's hit out there that way, I know he's going to get it. And, the guy tagged, and he got him out. He's got a heck of an arm. So, and then the one at home, guy kind of capped the ball. I went to pick it up, and I was thinking too, because I never saw the guy break off third, and I heard Grant at the last second, so I just kind of made a kind of an awkward flip to Grant to get the out, and it paid off.
Did you see Karasi throw it home yesterday?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I wasn't going to let that happen.
Anything else for the players? Thank you, guys. You guys can step down. Thank you. Questions for the head coach now.
Tom Murphy, Arkansas Democrat Gazette. Dave, we ask you kind of on a weekly basis your thoughts about where your seating could be. Do you feel very comfortable about being a top 8 at this point? Does that matter to you?
Yeah, I feel real comfortable about it now, so I'm good, because I haven't mentioned it, but I knew if we got a couple wins here, we'd probably be good. You look at it, and I'm not one of those guys that politician about our resume, but played an extremely tough schedule, and we just haven't won some games on the road. We lost 11 games or 12 games in conference play. I think 7 of them were by 1 run, 4 of them were by 2. So we could have won them all. We didn't, and hopefully we learned from it. We talk about it all the time. We were so close to maybe winning the league outright at the West, and maybe even hanging in there with Florida. That's over now. I'm just glad that we seem to be getting it going a little bit, and really liked what I saw with Jack Spiggers coming back with 9 fingers. He got 2 hits today, and that was good to see.
Coach Van Horn, I meant to ask you just a minute ago, was it just happened with Hunter? I know he's pinch run for you before, but a kid to make a play like that, how awesome is it for
we don't
you?
expect anybody to hit a grand slam home run or even a home run to come off the bench. First off, he's played every position in the infield. He's a really good infielder. He plays short, third, second. We played him at first. We started him in 2 games in league play at first, and we won both of those games a couple weekends ago. So he's done it. He comes to practice every day and works just like he's a starter. He works extremely hard. If you came and sat in the stands and watched him practice, you would think that he was a starter, because that's the way he prepares every day. So the way I look at it, sometimes you get that opportunity. Good things happen when you prepare, and I don't think there's a guy on the team that deserved it more than Hunter. I truly believe that.
Dave, when we talked preseason, we talked about Blaine and how he wanted to step up, and just how have you seen him take over the ace role and be able to have the kind of outings he's had down the stretch for you?
Well, he's very mature on the mound, and whether it's going good or bad, you really can't tell. A couple years back, it wasn't that way. It's evolved. I think he realizes that he has the stuff to get out of jams, stay calm, stay under control. If he gives up a home run, it's not a problem, and just go back and attack the next hitter. And like I said earlier, I just feel like that we play really good behind him. It seems we make play after play. He makes pitch after pitch, and when he gets in a jam, he finds a way to get out of it and keep us in the game. He doesn't give up big innings, and glad he decided to come back for his 3rd year.
Dave, I got 2 more. Florida's aggressiveness on the bases ended up working out for you guys. Can you talk about those 2 plays?
Well, I don't blame him. This time of year, sometimes you gotta try to be aggressive. We've been a little more aggressive the first couple of games. We've been running on certain counts with a couple of hit and runs, playing in a big ballpark. You're just trying to make something happen, trying to get a running scoring position with less than 2 outs. Definitely big plays. Fletcher's just a guy that I don't think they wanted to bring that guy to third base. He dove back in or whatever he did, or when he dove, he went back and tagged, and he didn't have a chance. And So I don't know so much that they're being that aggressive. I just think that the player made an aggressive play and it didn't work out. I don't know. I see a good team out there, a team that, you know, we don't want to give him any free passes, no walks. We don't want to give him, want to make any mistakes. You know, you got Indy up at the plate with as a tie and run, and he mishit a ball and it went out in center field. It's pretty amazing. So when I say mishit, he didn't get all of it. You know, some of us just wish we could hit a ball that hard, but that far. So I don't know. Just two good teams going at it. I feel fortunate to get a win.
Can you talk about how you're set up for pitching, and would you want to start Campbell tomorrow? How's that
We'll
look?
start Campbell tomorrow. Yeah. It worked out good when we won the first game. We knew we had at least two more. We're going to get our 3 weekend guys to start, and if we're fortunate enough to win tomorrow, we'll figure it out tomorrow night.
Kendall Rogers, D1 Baseball. Dave, having seen Coart twice this year, what's kind of your assessment of him, particularly from a stuff standpoint?
Stuff's big league. I mean, that's the way I describe it. His fastball's, you know, it can be electric, and when he locates it, he's tough. His changeup, when he keeps it down, especially those left-handers, it can be really good. And you know, the breaking ball, I don't think he had his best breaking ball today, but there's probably nobody in the country that really just has more raw stuff than him. And I think he'll pitch for a long time if he stays healthy. I mean, that fastball jumps on you a little bit. I heard guys talking about, hey, fastball gets on, you got a little giddy up at the end. So, you know, again, when we faced him the first time, you know, they got out to a big lead on us. That was our other game that we lost in league that wasn't a 1 or 2 run game. And, you know, we gave up 3 or 4. Campbell came out of that game with some soreness and didn't pitch for a few weeks after that. And so he got to pitch with the lead, and it really doesn't matter. His stuff's good anytime. But, you know, we got a couple of big swings on him and scored just enough to win.
Thanks, Coach. Appreciate your time. Thank you.
All right.